Okay, so we have the top layer of sapwood removed, and this is the first layer of heartwood. I'm gonna have to choose a ring to chase, trying to decide which one. A lot of times it's easiest to go for the first one, but these first ones are kind of thin. I'm thinking this one right here above my thumbnail might be the best one. Riding right there, the first good size ring to chase. So possibly the one above it, but I'm gonna start working with a knife to work down this edge. And once I get to that ring, I'm gonna take the draw knife and go ahead and chase that ring all the way down, and it'll start rolling a lot easier once I get it going. So started to reveal some rings. I think this very corner one, if you'll see, lines up with that one I want to chase. This one right here. So we're going to start there, work our way over until we get down to one ring, and then chase it all the way down. You can see here that I've chased it down to this one ring here on the edge. Still have a couple of layers of other rings in here, but I've worked it down to that top ring right here. It's a little thinner over here, so we're gonna have some wiggle room. I just gotta get going on this ring. If we end up having to cut a couple inches or section off of this once it's all chased, that'll be fine, and we'll find our bow inside of that length there. So all right, we're getting down towards the end here. I've been chasing the ring here. Just got a little rough in here, and I think I might have violated the ring here, but we're gonna see if the bow, when I trace it, will come along the edge of that and we're able to cut that off. We're gonna have to see. I'm also gonna have to deal with this split right here, make sure it doesn't run too far. And then kind of got a dead spot here. Looks like it might have been rotted out or eaten out by a bug, so probably gonna end up cutting the stave right here pretty soon. But almost done chasing this ring. And I got some hard work to do here. It's kind of uneven, so kind of got to take my time and try to not rip that ring. Get down to one single growth ring. It's time to start mapping out the bow. These are the measurements that the Comanches used, and I made a little cutout. And so what I'll do is I'll tape it on, and then I'll sketch something on to it. And again, it's not final. This is wood. Sometimes you have to adjust, or like these knots, you got to go around the knots. So we'll find out the best spot in the wood here, and we'll throw a rough sketch on to work with, and we'll start getting the stave down. All right, so here's the form, or the template, kind of just using painter's tape down. And then we're going to take a pencil and sketch this out. Again, we're going to be able to adjust through this depending on the grain of the wood. So I'm going to get to sketching and just do that just with a regular pencil. And you can see the taper. I'm actually probably going to taper this one a little bit more than this as we go through here, and make this rough drawing. But when we finish the bow, it's going to be a lot thinner. And I'm going to post up some pictures of the replica bow that I found online. So I just traced a rough outline on here. I'm going to pull this first thing off. This tape off. You can see my lines, my markings from the pencil, and I'm going to fill in some spots. I don't really love this knot in the wood, but I don't know that there's a way to get around it. But here you go. Here's more of the center, and it looked pretty straight to me. So there's the rough dimensions. Again, I'm going to sit down and fill in some gaps here, and then we'll get to working. So there's a rough sketch. And we're gonna start removing this wood here and here as we work. And then we're also gonna thin it out here. This is our biggest work, so. All right, so some things you want to be looking for here. This knot's going to be part of the bow. I don't love that, but it just is. Also, this one is just on the outside, but you can see the grain kind of swirls around it, so we might actually have part of this bow a little... we're going to have to figure that out. That might be a problem, but we're going to take our time, be real slow. We're thinning this out, but you want to be really careful not to rip anything. Like there's some tear here that goes deep. You want to be careful not to rip into what might be the body of the bow. Side's looking a little better, but we're trying to square it up without ripping a ton of it. And then we're going to move to a different tool, something a little more controlled, and try to square this up and start really shaving. I'm also thinking I might try cutting down into this and then splitting it with a chisel or maybe a hatchet to get rid of a lot of this belly wood. What we're doing here is we're gonna try to remove the belly wood with a hacksaw or any saw and then a chisel. All this is gonna do is save a lot of time. I'm doing about 1 foot increments, but you're just gonna start sawing and you're gonna saw all the way to about 1 inch or the desired depth that you want to be able to bring your chisel and split this piece off without having to cut it down. So we're just gonna saw for 1 inch. Okay, so now that you've got your cut made, you're gonna find the spot on here that about matches up with that cut. You're gonna take your chisel and your hammer and start splitting this. Okay, come in. Look. So you've got your split started here. You can hopefully see that on camera. And you're gonna split this down to your cut. I have to do a little bit more sawing here, but we're gonna try to pop this without tearing it. Okay, so there it is. That piece cuts off. And you can see here how you've thinned out this stave and it's getting closer and closer to a bow shape. So the next thing we're gonna do, I've already done one here on this end, is we're gonna do 2 more and get this belly wood removed. The next thing we're gonna do is you start getting closer to these lines, the lines for your bow. You're gonna take something like a spoke shave is what I like to use. The draw knife will still work on this stuff, but the more you use it and remove more wood, sometimes that draw knife will catch and rip the wood, and you don't want to get into the underside or the side of your bow where that body is going to be. So the spoke shave is a lot smoother, and I'm going to start trying to square up this stave. And so how I do that is I'll take the spoke shave and I'll just start working it small shavings, and I'm going to try to move as much wood out of there as you can. without ripping it and tearing it. And so you're going to take this and just try to square that up and get closer and closer to that line. And then as you get closer to the line, we'll actually use a file or a Shinto rasp, something like that, to start getting really close to the edges and finish up with sandpaper and other small removal tools. So again, that's a spoke shave. This is a Stanley 151. And you can even use it on the underside once you get a good plane going. This one's kind of hard, it kind of split funny, but you start removing those pieces of wood and really trying to square it up and get a smooth surface to work with from all your rough cuts from the from splitting the wood and using the draw knife. All right, so started trying to thin the tips down, and I'm also leaving a lot of meat or wood around the middle of the bow just to give myself some space to work with. But as you can see, it's kind of gradually starting to taper down. I do have this to work with. I think this is going to be thick enough, and I've also got a little crack running here, but I think it'll probably run out before we get to the side of the bow. So hopefully those are gone and we're able to deal with it. So I've also started using cabinet scrapers and a Shinto rasp when I'm getting to the areas where I just can't afford to run a tear or anything. I've been using the Shinto rasp. Getting down towards these lines, as you can see. Trying to get my shadow out of the way. But getting close to those lines, so I'm having to start really taking my time. The actual stave is still pretty thick here. We're getting closer and closer to that line. There's still a lot of wood to remove, but you got to be really careful when you get to these points, because you'll want to start removing wood and a lot of it, but it can also tear a little bit. As you see here, you can see like here's some smooth spots where the spoke shave has cut, but it'll also hit these little uneven spots, and then it'll kind of tear sometimes, and you gotta see like right there it tore in. So you just got to be really careful and work down. I'm really starting to use the Shinto rasp, and which is the one with the red handle there, and the cabinet scraper. So the tips are still pretty thick, and we'll work those down once we get the rest of the bow kind of lined out, and we still have this knot to work out, but you can see where the line comes up in there. So we'll work that and get going here. Alrighty, we've really made some progress here. We're getting closer to those lines. Really worked down the tip here. We'll do this one next. Still have some work to do there. Getting close there. Certain places we've come close to the line or touched the line, and other places still need quite a bit of work. But we're at the point where we just got to real slowly start taking wood off till we get there. Hey, thank you for watching my video on making the Comanche bow. Here's a little preview of the part 2, so make sure you catch that. I'll be dropping it in the next week or so. Hope you enjoyed. God bless.